Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Trailhead Ranger NG, and we were doing this series to complete this super batch, that is Apex for Agent Force, in which we were having some of the prerequisite modules and projects. So those we have completed in the previous video, so you can check those out, and it will be present in the playlist of Trailhead Challenge and other playlists as well. I'll put the link of the other videos in the description box. And for this video, we'll be targeting to complete the super badge. So let's get started with this super badge. And if I'll open this super badge, you can see that there are these prerequisite, these modules, and the project needs to be completed. So those I have already mentioned that we have covered in previous videos. And in this video, we'll be doing this. So for this super batch, so first of all we need to sign up for this developer edition org. It will be having some data and agent force enablement as well, and then we need to connect it to this super batch. So for this connection and the creation of this edition org, I have already created a separate video for that. I'll be pasting the link of that in the description box as well, so you can follow that up and then connect it. After connecting, you can start with this video. So I have linked the super badge playground using these instructions, and also the video I have already linked to the description box. And then there's the use case which we are going to cover it up in this super badge. So the use case is that Coral Cloud Resort is a vacation destination, and they want their guests to have the great experience. In the end, they want to focus on two areas, that is guest experience reviews and campaigns. So for the guest experience reviews, they want them to provide with the rating of 1 to 10, being the 10 outstanding, and then 1 is being the lowest. And then there are some activities they would suggest to their guests, and then create the campaign accordingly. So for this, as a Salesforce developer, we are going to cover it up using the Agent Force and the Apex actions. So there are some configuration we need to do first. So we need to enable the Einstein and the Agent Force in the org. So what we'll do, we'll go to the org which you have already linked. Now in the setup, you'll search for Einstein first. After Einstein search, you will find the Einstein setup here. And in the Einstein setup, you need to turn on Einstein. After turning on Einstein, you can refresh this page, and then again you will search for Agent Force. After searching for Agent Force, you will find Agent Force agent, and in that what you can do is you can enable the Agent Force agents, and then you can enable the default agent as well. So the first step is done. After this, we need to open the Coral Cloud Experience agent in the Agent Force builder. So in the Agent Force agent, I'll just refresh this. You can see the Coral Cloud Experience agent here. I'll just click on this. It is opening in a new tab. And I'll click on open in builder. So it is not active yet, and it is given by the Salesforce to us in this Trailhead playground. So that's why it is very important to create a playground using the link given in the super badge, and then link it to this super badge. So yeah, I will click on this open in builder. After clicking on open in builder, they want us to create a new topic named customer experience reviews. I'll copy the name and I'll go to the builder, and I'll just dismiss this. You can see the topics tab is already open. I will click on this new and click on new topic. So what do you want this topic to do? We can skip this step. I'll click on next and provide the name, and the API name is already populated. And then there are the instructions they have given, that the description should be this, that is, it will handle the guest reviews about their experience at the Coral Cloud Resorts, and identifies the specific experience, process customer feedback, and records their reviews in the Coral Resort org. Then the scope is, our job is to gather and process the guest reviews about their experiences at the resort, and to ensure that their feedback is accurately recorded and categorized. Then there are instructions they have provided, so you can go through these instructions. So instructions in agent action or the agent topic is nothing but some of the instructions we want our agent to follow when we are giving it the user prompt. So these are the instructions. I'll just copy paste these 6 instructions in our agents topic. So 3 instructions I have already done, and you can do the same. Just copy paste it, because these will be checked when we'll done building this agent. So it needs to be same from word to word, otherwise it might throw an error. And yes, so this is done. I can click on next. After clicking on next, you can see that they are saying that we need to add the following flow agent actions. First is look up contact by email, then is get most recent booking by contact, and then look up experience. So these are already present in this org. So what we'll do first is our look up contact by email. Then second one was get most recent booking. Get most recent booking by contact. I'll select this, and the last one is look up experience. I'll scroll down and find this, and then I can click on finish. So our topic is created, its instructions are there, description and scope is already mentioned, and some of the created actions which are flow based are also linked to it. Then what we need to do is we need to capture the contact's email as well. So for that we need to go to the context. Here you can click on this, and in the context, in the palette, we need to select the messaging section, and then we need to add the included fields. So I'll just click on this, and included fields and the excluded fields are there. I'll click on edit included fields button, and then we need to select the email and save the included field. So I'll just scroll down and select the email field, and click on save included field. So email field will be added into the included fields here. You can see that. So this is done. Now I'll just scroll down to see what is our first challenge is about. So first is get ready for the super badge. So this one is done. Now we can just click on this check challenge. It could take some time, so you need to just wait for it. So this is done. Now for the second challenge, we need to create an invocable Apex class to call the existing functionality. So we'll be using the invocable Apex class, that is the guest review processor, to create the guest review record and add the contact as a campaign member to the new campaigns. So now for the second challenge, I'll scroll up, and here we are. So in this challenge, we need to help the cloud team to automate the way they are gathering the guest experience reviews in the org. So while gathering these requirements, we need to learn how they are already having some of the Apex based campaign functionality, and we need to plan it accordingly. So for first, we are having the process guest reviews. So these are already deployed as a service agent on its side. So our first task is to ensure that the agent captures the correct information whenever a guest uses the agent chat option to submit an experience review. So basically what it is meaning is, whenever a user is entering their experience review, so that should be captured correctly to the correct user, and should not be misinterpreted in any way. So for that we are already having the topic as customer experience review, which we have just created here. So this we have already created. Then we need to customize the agent force action for the Coral Cloud team. So we are having already existing Apex class, that is the guest review process in the org. So I'll just open this. I'll go here, open the developer console in new tab, and here then I'll open resource, and here I'll type I'll just copy the Apex class name and paste it over here, and there is the class. Then I'll click on the open. So the class is already open now. So now our next requirement is, using the invocable variables, we need to collect the information from a guest review. Then we need to create an invocable method to process and properly handle the reviews detail. Okay. So for now, So what we need to do is we need to create an invocable methods and the invocable variables which we can use an input. So this is the class we need to modify. So for that modification, our first requirement is to build an input wrapper class, that is the guest review request in the guest review processor class, and require the contact experience review and the rating. So you can see this is already created, but we just need to put the annotation as the invocable method. Yeah. So instead of invocable method, we need to create the invocable variable. And I misread the requirement. So for that, what we need to do, we need to enter the invocable variable. Here, invocable variable. Just keep this in the next line only. And if you notice that here they are mentioning that require contact, require experience, review and rating. So basically these parameters should be must required by this. So what we'll do is we'll put required variable, required parameter as true, and then there are other two parameters as well, such as label and description. So we'll put that as well. And here is description. So description also will put as contact who is submitting the review. So like this we can do, and that's how we have created this variable as invocable variable with the required parameter as true. So what I'll do is I'll just copy this and I'll put here as well as true, sorry, here as well, and then put this as experience, and I'll put the description as experience associated with the review. Then I'll paste it again, and this would be the review, and I will say review given by the customer, review given by the customer, and then I'll have the last here as rating. Again I will say rating given by the customer, rating given by the customer. So yes, let's see what all the errors we are facing. So unexpected token, this should not be the case. Let me see if I am missing anything. Is this is correct only? Okay, where did it went? Yeah. So for this, I guess we have to create invocable method as well. I guess that's why it's causing this issue. So because here it was mentioned that using invocable variable will collect the information, and then we need to create an invocable method as well to process and properly handle the reviews detail. Okay, so I'll just go back here and I'll create this as the invocable method, and I'll put as invocable method, and then we'll provide the label again, and I'll put as process guest reviews, and I'll give the description as processes the guest experience reviews and adds contact to related campaigns. So yes, let me save this. Okay, more errors on the 8th line we are having. uh, this should not be the case. I am a bit confused. Okay, so the mistakes we have done is we should avoid this comma here, and let's save it. So it should reduce this number, and the 8th line of error should be removed. So this is removed. Now we'll go here and we'll do the same. Just remove the commas. The comma should not be there. I just mistaken with this syntax, and yes, so this is done. And we should be does not support the return type of list. Okay, here is the list. It is returning. I'll go back. Okay, let's see. We'll move forward and let's see if what is happening. Variable should have the required parameters set to true that we have given, and we need to add an appropriate description parameter for each of the variable we want. So okay, that's also we have done. Now we need to build out an output wrapper class named guest review response. Let's see, we should already be having that as well. So this is there, and now what we need to do is that includes a message that communicates the result of the action. So we need to provide the label and the parameter as status, and include the description parameter of this message variable as well. So I'll go back here, and what I'll do is I'll just provide the invocable variable uh, variable, and then label as status, description as status of the review submission process. So I'll save this. It should not throw any error, only this error should be there. So that's also went away. So this is correct. What the earlier error we were getting is that the invocable method is not supposed to give an list as an output, because this was not implemented as an invocable variable yet, the output variable. And here you can see that this output variable string should be defined as the label as status, so that's why we have given it as status. So we need to, this I have already done, but you can see we need to build an invocable method called the process reviews. So if I'll go back here, so this is the invocable method, and yeah, process reviews is the method here. So I have already made it as invocable, and the label parameter as process guest reviews, and the appropriate descriptions, that also we have done. So now we need to make the use of the input wrapper class guest review request to capture the information from the chat to create the guest review record. So basically, this input is coming from the user, this output we are giving, but now we need to create the guest review record here in this piece of code, or is in this piece of block. So for that they are giving us an instruction that we need to capture this contact, experience review in comment field, experience in experience field, contact in contact field, and the rating in rating field for the guest review record. And the process reviews method will use the output wrapper class as the output to display the message if the review has been successfully processed or not. So we need to ensure that we are using the best practices for that, even handling the exception. And then we can finally create the guest review record with the captured contact, experience review, and the rating details. So let's update the code here. So first of all, we are already having this list of, this is the return, this will be the return that we are returning the response. and we are getting input as request. So the response record they have already created, and we need to convert that into a list first, because again we are returning the list. So I'll just make changes to this here, and also list. So yes, now I'll move next, and what I'll do is I'll just create the list of guest review record which we want to create. So list of guest review, this is our custom object present in the system. We can check that out from here only. Open resource, you can search for guest review. You can see guest review underscore underscore c dot obj. So this is the guest review record, and after this I'll just give this name as review record list, and we'll create as new list, and then guest review underscore underscore c, and that's it. So this is the list we are creating, and then we'll pass it as a response. So here I'll just go create a loop, and loop for the guest review record request. Give the variable as request, and this is the request we want to loop over. So request, and here then we want to create the guest review record, right? So we'll do guest review underscore underscore c experience record, let's give this name, and guest review underscore underscore c. This is the instance I have created. Now I will utilize this experience record. So what they have said that here this contact should be equal to the contact. So here equal to the request dot contact dot id. So I'll explain this. So in this guest review record, the contact field should be equal to the this request contact, and this is the contact obj, basically the contact record. So that's why we are utilizing the id. It is not holding the id, but if you know that on the lookup field we store the ids but not the whole contact record, so that's why it is like that. Now I'll just do this again. Experience record dot comments should be okay, let me see, just cross check it. Comment should be equal to the review, and experience should be, let me do this line wise only, experience, and request should be equal to experience. I'll just copy this from here, and this is also again the experience record. If you can see here, experience underscore underscore c. So I will have to have this id as well. Then we have experience record dot comments, and comment is equals to the review, and review is a string field, so we don't have to make any changes, we can keep it as it is. Then experience record dot, and let me see what was the last field name. It is rating only, so I'll just copy this and paste it here. And request dot, again it is as string, so we'll just keep it as it is, rating, rating, and yeah. So this is done. Now we have created the record. Now what we'll do, we'll just add this record to the list. So what was our list name? List name is this. We'll add this experience record to it, and this is we are following the best practices. We should not perform any operation on a single record but on a list of record. That's why we are doing this. And they have mentioned here that we should be taking care of the exception handling as well. So what we'll do is we'll enter the try catch block, and in the try catch block we'll perform the database operation on this, that is a dynamic DML. So I'll just perform database dot save result, because I want to capture each and every record if it is failing. and I do not want to have these records rolled back, so that's why I'm following up with this approach. So I'll perform the database dot insert on the list. List is my review record list, and false I'm applying because I don't want it to be rolled back. So this is done, and I'll have a catch block as well here, and in the catch block I'll just have the exception xp, and then I'll be returning the response. My response name is this, so I'll just copy this and paste it over here, and that's that. So we can remove this line now, because you can see that earlier it was not a list of response, and they are converting this as a list of response here. So I'll just remove this, or maybe just put a comment, put it as a comment. Yeah, so all errors are removed. So we can even using this we can have the response manage as well, and they have mentioned that we should do that. So you can see that display the message if the review was successfully processed, and if the review encounters a failure, make sure the output variable communicates to the user that there's been a problem. So that we have not taken care of yet, that's why we have applied with this approach and not the direct DML. So for this what we'll do, we'll enter a for loop, and in the for loop I will check for each processed result that if it has been successful or not. So for that what I'll do is request dot size, like how many requests has been processed till then I want this loop to run, and then in this loop I want to have guest review response, and in this response I want to, let me just create its instance. So I want to check if this response has been failed or not. So our response result has been saved after the DML operation in this. So I'll just check for these results, or let this as I. If it is success, so after success we are putting the response message, as you can see that in the output we are having this message. So they have said here, right, that if it has not been, if it has been failure, then user should know using the output variable that there's been a problem, but if it has been successfully processed, then also user should know. So for this I'm putting this message as guest review has been successfully processed, and else if it is encountering some error, then I'll say there's okay, let it be problem has been encountered. So this is that. Now after this for loop, inside it only I'll just add this response to the list again, because we are following the best practices. So our responses list is 1 second, this is response, let me see, yeah, so this should be responses, and I'll here say responses dot add response, yeah, and here also I'll return the responses now instead of response. So let's save it and see if we are encountering any error. So 26th line, that is okay, request okay, this should be requests, because the list over the list we are looping over, That's the problem. Let's see. Yeah, so all problems has been resolved. Now let's see if our this challenge is completed. It seems like it. Let's check for the challenge. So the second challenge has been successfully completed. Now for the third challenge, where we want to invoke a prompt template from an Apex class, and the prompt template is experience guest review evaluator, and we want to use its input parameter to generate a response which will add the detailed attribute to the experience record. So I'll just scroll back up, and here is the information for this. We'll start with the challenge number 3 here. So now for this challenge, we need to invoke a prompt template from an Apex class. So what is the requirement is that earlier they are just giving their guest an option to provide the rating, but guest wants to give more rating, such as they want to provide the overall rating, they want to provide some comment related to the staff, they want to tell if it is worth it or not, related to the price, whatever they have experienced, like that they want to provide some things. So for that, the org or the basically this supervisor has identified 3 more parameters which can be given by the customer, and these are communication, value, and accuracy. So these are the custom fields which are already present on the experience object. Now these also we need to attribute so that the customer can provide it while giving the rating. So for that, there we are having one prompt template such named as experience guest reviews evaluator, which is generating the response in the JSON format. So I'll just you can search for the prompt in the setup, and then in the prompt you will find this experience guest reviews evaluator. You can open that, and in that you will find that a related list of experience guest reviews is visible, experience name is visible, and then there are 3 parameters such as accuracy, value, and the communication. So this is already present, and then if we will move further, so there is a skeleton code present in the class guest review rating calculator. So we'll go to the developer console, go to the file and open, and then go to the classes, and I'll just search here the name, and here it is. I'll select this and I'll double click on this, and it is open. So now we need to modify this class and make some changes. So if we will read our first comment, so there they are mentioning that in the first method, that is the generate rating params, we are having as input param, and which should be mapped to the placeholder text of the prompt template. So you can see that there is a comment is also present, that is this text should be replaced with this, that is input experience, because we are providing the input of the prompt template here. So here's that. Then if we will move further, then they are saying that the generations output should call the service, that is the generate messages for prompt template. So if we will move further, so this is they are talking about, that is we need to call the service generate messages for prompt template to generate the response by specifying that the prompt template API name and the input parameters. So let's go one by one. So here we need to configure this, we have already done. We need to configure the invocation parameters as well here. So for that, what we will do is, so we'll just have this as same, that is connect API. We are having the API connector for the prompt builder or the prompt template, and then there are some of the configurations we are doing. And now we'll go to the try catch block, and in this we are having this generate response. So for this, what we'll do is we need to call the service prompt template to generate the response. Our generations output is this. What we'll do is we will have this as equal and connect API dot. So here we will have connect API dot Einstein LLM dot generate generate messages for prompt template, and we need to have the API name of our prompt template. So we'll go here and we can find it. We will have to go back. If I'll scroll down and maybe here I'll go edit. Okay, yeah, here it is. So I'll just copy this, go to the developer console and paste it over. Sorry, I'll just yeah, paste it over here. After this I need to provide the command as well, execute template input. So yes, after this that we need to extract the response text from generations property as well. So for this we will put it as response equals to generations output, the above variable which we are having it here, and dot generations 0, that is the first element in this array. Now we will go back, we'll just go through this here as well. So generations output should call the service. We have done this to generate a response by specifying both the prompt template this and the input parameter set up in the invocation parameter section. So this was the API name of the template, and the invocation parameter was having this execute template input. So this is also we are using. Then the next ask was set the response with the generations property from the generations output. So this is also we have done generations output of the generations output, sorry, generations of the generations output. So the remainder of the code deserialize the response and updates the experience record. So this is the deserializing of the response which we are getting. And then to review within the Apex class, you use a method called generate rating params. Your code invoke the prompt template to generate a list. So this they are just explaining the code. So if you'll come back, so here we are with the deserialized response we are updating the experience record. So here you can see value, accuracy and the communications are being updated in this fields of the experience record, and here we are having a deserialized, and then we are updating the experience record and returning the experience record. So this is done. We'll just save this and let's see if we are having any errors. So no errors, this is done. Let's go and just check this challenge out. It could take some time, as I have mentioned earlier as well. So just wait for it and have some patience. So this is done. Now the last challenge of this, and this one is a pretty short one, that is we need to configure an Apex agent action for this agent. So for this final request we have created or updated the prompt template which is being called from the Apex class, and now we'll need to configure this as an action and link it to the agent. So what we'll do is we need to enable the correct permissions and create the necessary automation as well and link the action to the appropriate agent topic. So the Einstein service agent user has already some permissions granted by the guest, review and campaign permission set. So we need to update the permission set to make sure it also grant permission to use of the guest review processor apex class. So what we'll do, we'll just go back to the setup. We'll search for the permission sets and then we'll search for G. Our permission set is guest reviews in campaign. In this we need to provide the permission for this particular apex class. So apex class access, then I'll click on edit, and we need to provide access for this class, that is the guest review process. I'll just do the search for it directly and then select it and add it and save this. So I have given this permission to this permission set. Now we need to create a new apex agent action for the Coral Cloud agent. So its name is process guest reviews, and we need to make sure that the agent API name is this, and we need to assign this agent action to the customer experience reviews topic. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go to the direct agent force agents, open the agent, that is the Coral Cloud experience agent, open it in builder. After opening it in builder, we need to click on this topic and we need to see this topic's action. So these three actions we had already configured, but we need to create a new action now. So to create this new action, we'll click on create new action button over here. Then we need to select the reference action type. So for the reference action type, we'll select the apex, and our action category would be invocable method, and then our reference action is personalized guest experience. The process guest reviews as we are having, and also you can see that they have mentioned that we need to make sure that the API name is correct. So what I'll do is I'll just copy this and check this that it is the same. Now I'll click on next. Loading text I can remove. So contact is required input, as we have already, while in the apex method we have provided the required parameter as true in the invocable variable. So in experience is also true, required rating and the review as well. For the output we have status. So for this I'll just select show in conversation, then I'll click on finish, and this agent action is also added to this, and yeah, so this is done. Now I'll just have it refreshed and I'll activate it, and after activating this agent I'll go back and check the challenge. Okay, this challenge verification is also taking some time. So yeah, we are done with this. We have completed the super badge, all the 4 challenges, that is the apex for agent force. We learned how we can utilize the apex classes, including with the prompt template, how we can enable the permission sets, and how there are certain flows available to us as an action, how we can include that, how we can create the topic for an agent, and then we can have our agent using the agent actions which are based on the apex classes. So we are done with this batch, and if I'll refresh this trail mix should also be completed. It's completed. So I hope you learned something with me, and if you do, please like it and subscribe the channel, and let me know in the comment section if you are having any doubts or if you have any more suggestion and opinions for me. And thank you. Stay tuned.